Welcome back, fellow fan stands. Today we have Bant Control versus Tempo Burn in the finals. Now, Bant Control seeks to stall out the game so that they can eventually land a Nissa or a Karn and then win the game quite handily. Whereas Tempo Burn is kind of the opposite. They look to play a threat early and then just disrupt so that that threat can get it done. Welcome to Game 1. Alright, we're here in Game 1. On the left, we have Ryan piloting the Bant Control deck, and on the right, we have Chloe on their Tempo Burn list. Let's see. Looks like both players keeping good sevens. And Ryan will start us off with a Mox Sapphire into Tundra, and pass. Chloe goes for Underground Sea, Black Lotus, flashing a card on accident. Looks like Ryan's actually thinking about this Black Lotus and doesn't want Chloe to resolve some big non-creature spell, maybe. Or sorry, big creature spell while they only have this veto in hand. This also means that if Ryan were to miss with this Ancestral, missing a land, then they wouldn't get punished for not having the counterspell available, not having spent their mana on the counterspell. But we'll have the Birds of Paradise come out, passing of the turn. Ryan now threatening a Nissa in the future. And Chloe, recognizing this, is just going to use Tyrant Scorn to destroy target creature mana value 3 or less. So we pass over to Ryan. It's got another tropical island. And this is kind of going to be the play pattern for both these players. A lot of them have a lot of instant speed spells, and they're just going to try to play on each other's end step. And we have a Factor Fiction, but it's going to be Undermined. Undermine, counter target spell, its controller loses 3 life. So Ryan's going to go down to 17. It looks like the players are pulling out a visual aid to keep track of life totals. But another aspect of Chloe's tempo list, not only does it have threats like Arcanist, like the Dreadhorde Butcher and Nimble Obstructionist, but it also has many burn spells. So on top of the creature beats, Ryan's going to be taking some incidental damage from spells that Chloe would just play otherwise normally. Looks like Ryan's tapping the mana very carefully. Want to give themselves as many options as possible. And we've got a Teferi landing. Now this is going to be a game changer. Because Chloe seeks to cast instant speed effects over and over, this Teferi is going to really put Ryan in a favored seat. But we have a Psionic Blast by Chloe. Deals 4 damage to any target and then 2 damage to the caster. And so we've got Teferi at 1 and Chloe at 18. But here, see, now Tamiyo's free to resolve without worry of counter magic. That Teferi on the board being a menace. And Ryan's just going to grab the Dovin's Veto back up and hold it open for this next turn. Now just accruing incremental advantage with these Planeswalkers. Not only their static abilities, but their activations. For 2 mana, we're going to Thunderbolt the Teferi. Deals 3 damage to target player or Planeswalker, or 4 damage to target flying creature. And a bit of a 2-for-1, slowing Chloe down considerably. Also getting rid of a lot of the damage that could have gone to Ryan's face. We're going to have Tamiyo uptick, revealing 4 cards that would be milled, except Ryan named the Nissa who shakes the world, so they'll put that in their hand. We've got a Mox Emerald, another Gemstone Mine, and looks like we're going to have Nissa show up. 5 mana, Nissa shaking the world. Here she is animating a land now. This Ipni Rivulet looking to get into the red zone. In the Doomsday matchups, this Rivulet puts in a lot of work, but not as afraid of it getting destroyed or bounced against this tempo deck. And here we have Chloe casting Vapor Snag on the Ipni Rivulet, gonna bounce it back to Ryan's hand, and here's another instance of just random damage to face. Ryan's gonna take 1 point, and every point is just gonna keep on adding up. Chloe draws and just passes the turn. Ryan clearly in the driver's seat with both card advantage engine and a threat aboard. Tamiyo's gonna whiff, but is notably gonna put that Champion of Wits into the graveyard. And here we have utilizing Nissa's passive, letting the Trops tap for an extra green. We have Champion of Wits eternalized. And Chloe thinking about it, maybe they have a Nimble Obstructionist could counter this trigger. But no, we have a Vapor Snag to bounce the Champion of Wits, effectively killing it while the draw ability is on the stack. And so Ryan, given a think whether or not they want to spend counters on these, this thing that would just be slowing down, but with the ability to create a creature threat every turn with Nissa, they don't seem particularly worried about it. So they're going to draw 4 and discard 2 with the Champion's ability. We have Nissa uptaking on a Trop. Yep. And we're going to once again try to get in there for 3. We've got a Psionic Blast in response. And it looks like Ryan here now wanting to turn the corner is going to fire that Dovin's Veto. It looked like they had another counterspell in hand, so it seems like they're not particularly worried about what's to come. So Chloe takes 3, we play a land for turn, and pass it on over. And it looks like Chloe's seen enough, she's going to concede, and Ryan takes on game 1 through the power of Nissa who shakes the world. See you in game 2. Alright everybody, we're back in game 2 of our finals for week 11. Chloe's going to be on the play this time, and it looks like Ryan's elected to keep a 7, but Chloe, on the other hand, is forced to make some mulligan decisions. Looks like we mulligan down to 5 here. We'll have Chloe start us off with a Badlands and passing the turn. Alright, a little bit of a flare and casting our Champion of Wits. Gonna put 2 Moxes, but on the stack gets Red Elemental blasted. No draw for you, no filtering. And Chloe, given a think, probably deciding whether to keep up more interaction or put down a threat. But looks like we're just going to pass the turn. Ryan with a gemstone mines and passing the turn. And Chloe with a little bit of counter flare, chucking those lightning bolts to Ryan's face. And Chloe's going to pass the turn again. So no fact or fiction by Ryan. Chloe can probably be relaxed, not have to worry about that spell. And we're just going to have both these players staring at each other. Chloe passes the turn back. And Ryan looks like they're figuring to cast a Nissa. And here she is. Chloe notably doesn't have 2 blue to have countered this spell. It looks like we're using a Psionic Blast on the Ipni Rivulet. As a result, yes, Chloe takes 2 damage. And it was a Stone Rain, but there's still plenty of lands available. But they can't become threats anymore. Angrath's Rampage is going to take care of Nissa. And once again, Ryan's threat is answered. 3 mana, we have Narset Parter Veils. She's going to have the green light to down tick. And now we start to see the card advantage for the control deck coming into play. Narset drawing a Foff, the potential to grab another key spell. And yeah, Chloe doesn't have much to do. Narset grabbing Dovin's Veto, and it's starting to look pretty rough for Chloe to get back into this one. Ryan's just been able to accumulate so many resources. Looks like they have another counterspell in hand. Volcanic Island. And go for this Foff, but it's going to be undermined. Knowing that the veto is in hand, Chloe hopefully trying to see if it works, but now, and with this Foff revealed, it looks like Chloe has conceded. And it looks like here Chloe's notifying Ryan of an accidental mulligan of the Butcher to the bottom.